on this thing. And I'm charging it back up with the DeWalt battery charger, which I knew I would use it as its intended purpose, as well as a DC power supply. So it is doing everything I want it to do. And I also use the engine start feature on it to start the lawnmower and make sure that that's all was wrong with it, and it cranked right up. So right now I'm charging it. I like that the alligator clips, they got a really good spring in them. They hold really tight, but they are small enough to where I can fit them inside this battery compartment with the seat down and nothing touching it. It's pretty awesome. Mountain style wrenches are for getting back. So to take this off, because this was locked up. It locked up on me and it wouldn't, it was just hitting really hard, banging really hard. So I have to take this apart so that I can turn it over by hand, free it up, and I'll show you how, I mean, you're not getting a power ratchet in there. You're not getting your power ratchet in there. It's not enough space. And because of these little nubs, this is straight normal ratcheting wrench doesn't work well either. You need those mountain style wrenches. So we're gonna take a look at that. We're gonna look at Snap-on's new mountain style wrenches that they have. They're 800 bucks. We'll take a look at that, and we'll look at the ones that I have. All right, stay tuned. All right, so I got my mountain wrenches out. These bolts are on here are gonna be 3/8. And with the mountain wrench, which you guys, a lot of people know about these already, you see how it has that 0 degree offset and it sticks out a bit. So that little bit helps you get a better purchase on the fastener, because it can go beyond the obstructions from the main body of the wrench, and it can get on there really nice all the way on the bolt. I'm not worried about that plastic piece that's in the way. As you can see, if I had the wrench straight on, it would be hitting that plastic part. But because of I'm able to break it free. And see, this is where having a really good low back drag comes in, because this is barely loose and I can't turn it anymore because without reposition it, because it's a heavy back drag on these platinum wrenches. If these were or not platinum, these are the Mountain brand, the higher tooth count tight spots, but it's not so much higher tooth count in this situation. It's more so the low back drag. That's where a higher quality version of this can be very handy, because of the low back drag. So see, it's just moving the fastener back and forth. It's not really taking it out. We'll go to the other one. Get on there. See, that's what I want. I want to be able to pull this guy out. So this one's a lot more loose than that one. So what I'd have to do is try to stick my finger back there to hold the bolt or the ratcheting mechanism as I swing it, so that I can put enough back pressure on there to get it to turn it, or I'll just have to use my hand. That's what kind of, you get what you pay for with tools as far as the back drag and things like that. So I'm gonna get this off and I'll be back. So this is what was in the way, and I just went and got one of my standard, who makes these? These are just Duratec flex head, better than the regular straight, but this is what I'm talking about. These pieces right here, they were in the way, and when you get to a certain point on trying to get to the fastener, having it perfectly lined up, you're kind of sitting on top of these plastic pieces, and because of that, the wrench is not fully seated on the bolt head, right? So let's stick one in here. So you have your bolt head right there, and then you have those things in the way, and you kind of, as you get around to that part, it just pushes the wrench off. Whereas with these style wrenches, and these are spline drive, by the way, spline drive standard set, even though that is in the way, the head of the wrench on this one would have been impeded also, but because of the protrusion of that offset, as you can see, you clear it all the way around. And that is the beauty of this style of wrench. Let me get my bolt out of there, don't want to lose it. Now I say all that to say this, and these have been around, you know, for a decade. It's nothing new, you know. But what is new is Snap-on finally made a version of these, and they're using the dual 80. This let's take a look at this new ratchets from Snap-on. All right, so Snap-on has made their version of the mountain wrenches, and as you can see, they're $800, and they're using, you know, Snap-on wrench technology. So it's gonna have similar features to the other wrenches as far as the zero offset, but man, you're getting the Snap-on dual 80 mechanism inside of here, and you're still getting that zero offset. I gotta imagine that the back drag is going to be much better on these than with the other wrenches. So we'll just go through the pictures and take a look at them. We'll look at the sizes, and then I'll show you a real world example of why I like these style wrenches and why I might consider buying these from Snap-on. Now it's a 5-piece set. These are the metric. I don't see the standards on here yet. As you can see, they're back ordered. Check out the features, and we got to go into the individual wrenches to see the actual lengths. So we'll start with the smallest wrench, the 8 to 10 millimeter, so that we can see what the length is on that. As you can see, it's $150 just for that one wrench. And when we scroll down a little bit, we can see the specifications for each wrench. So as you can see on this one, it's 337 millimeters is the length, and you can compare that with everybody else's stuff. So yeah, this style wrench is nothing new, but it is new to Snap-on. Something else that I would have to bring your attention to is all the other makers of this wrench. Let's take a look at the length on this one. It's so the biggest wrench, the 19 millimeter, 481 millimeters long, and you can convert that to inches and figure out how that compares to the other guys on the market. But the thing that I wanted to highlight about these, what's different about the Snap-on ones versus the Mountains, the Platinums, and the myriad of other guys who have rebranded these wrenches, those are all spline drive. The Snap-on wrenches are standard 12-point design. No one else has this style wrench in a 12-point design. A lot of the guys, they don't like the spline drive. Chews up fasteners, people don't like it. They've been working for a decade. People been using them. But now you can get that style wrench in a true 12-point form factor, Snap-on quality, Snap-on chrome, with reversible lever and that warranty that comes from the tool truck that we can't beat. So, as everybody knows, these wrenches being so long and people use them, you know, to torque on them, they break a lot. Now you have a Snap-on set to where if you break them, you can just hand them into your guy and get another one. Easy warranty process. Also, Snap-on, I would have to imagine that Snap-on knows this and they have done something to strengthen and beef up this wrench to where it will not break so easily. But even if it does, so what? Hand it into your guy and get another one.